Now, dear students, we discuss the next part of this lesson, that is parties to a bills of exchange. Basically, to a very important document, bills of exchange, there are three parties. First party is known as the drawer or maker. Let's understand the meaning of the drawer. Drawer is the person who makes or writes the bills of exchange. Drawer is a person who has sold goods on credit or granted credit to the person on whom the bills of exchange is drawn. The drawer is entitled to receive money from the drawee, that is acceptor. Dear students, understand, drawer means the person who has to receive the money. And practically, who has to receive the money? The seller or the person who has sold the goods to the other person, that is the buyer. So drawer is known as the person who has to receive the money and who has sold the goods on credit or who has granted credit to whom? To the other person, that is the buyer. Why he is called the drawer? He is called the drawer because he has to draw the bills of exchange. Draw means that he has to write the bills of exchange, so he is called the drawer. So I hope you understand. Drawer is the first party who is the seller of the goods on credit and who has to receive the money from whom? To the drawee, that is the acceptor of a bills of exchange. Comes to the second party. Second party is known as the drawee or the acceptor. Drawee is the person on whom the bills of exchange is drawn for acceptance. I hope only from this line you had understood that who is drawee. Drawee or acceptor is a person who accepts a bills of exchange or who is the buyer or who has received the goods on credit or who has received the credit. Means drawee is the person who purchased goods on credit or to whom credit has been granted by the drawer. So why he is called the drawee or acceptor? Because he is going to accept the bills of exchange, so he is called the drawee or acceptor. Third party is very, very important. Please understand carefully. Payee is the person who receives the payment from the drawee. Payee means the person who is the receiver of the money. Usually the drawer and the payee is the same person, but under certain circumstances, under certain cases, the drawer and payee are the two different persons. I repeat the meaning of the third party payee. Payee means the party who has to receive the money. Basically, the drawer has to receive the money from the drawee, so drawer is also called as the payee. But in certain cases, the payee and the drawer may be the different person. That is, the person who draws the bills, the person who sells on credit is different from the payee, that is the receiver of the payment of bills of exchange. Now, what the different cases are there under which the drawer and payee may be the different parties? First, when the bill is discounted by the drawer from his bank, payee in this case is the bank. When the drawer, the seller of the goods on credit, will take the bill's payment in advance from the bank. Now on the due date, the drawee should make the payment to the bank. In that case, the payee will be the bank and not the drawer who draws the bill. And in the second case, when the bill is endorsed by the drawer to his creditor, payee is the endorsee. Endorsement means transfer. Please understand, endorsement means transfer of a bills of exchange. In certain cases, when the drawer transfer that bills of exchange in favor of the third party and on due date, the drawee will make the payment not to the drawer but as per the instructions of the drawer to the endorsee, that is the third party with whom the bills of exchange is. So I hope you understand the three important parties: drawer, the person who draws the bills or writes the bill; drawee, the person on whom the bills of exchange has been drawn; and third, payee, the party who has to receive the money. The drawer and the payee may be the same person, may not be the same person, depending upon how the bills of exchange has been operated. Now let's discuss the types or kinds of bills of exchange. There are two important types of bills of exchange. First is called the trade bill. Second is called the accommodation bill. Trade bills means those bills that are drawn because of business transactions are called the trade bills. When in the business transactions, the seller and the buyer, they draws in exchange to each other with the business transactions, that is called the trade bills. Second is called the accommodation bill. Those bills that the business writes for mutual help are called the accommodation bill. Now, accommodation bill is not in your syllabus, so we will discuss only to the trade bills. Trade bills means the business bills. All the bills which are being drawn by the buyer and seller in between, that is for the business transactions, are called the trade bills. So it is important that we understand trade bills are the business bills and accommodation bills are those bills which are written for the mutual help, which are not in our syllabus. So here see, this is the specimen given for a bills of exchange. Just understand, very simple. Name of the drawer is given, place is given, amount is mentioned, the signature is there. So this way we will draw a bills of exchange. Understand, it is a legal document and it will be drawn on a legal paper, that is the stamp paper. Now we will discuss the other important aspect relating to a bills of exchange, that is associated with the important term, because unless and until we not understand important terms, we are being not in position to get the accounting treatment in a concrete way. So first term is term of bill. Term of bill means the duration for which the bill has been drawn. That may be starting from the few days to the number of months or the year. That is 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 year, 45 days, 55 days, 60 days, 90 days, like that. So term of bill means the period intervening between the date on which bill is drawn and the date on which it becomes due for payment is called the term of the bill. जिस डेट को बिल लिखा गया, ड्रॉ किया गया, और जिस ड्यूरेशन को उसकी पेमेंट होगी, इन दोनों के बीच का जो टाइम है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द टर्म ऑफ बिल. नेक्स्ट वर्ड इज ड्यू डेट. नेक्स्ट टर्म इज ड्यू डेट. सिंपली आप समझिए, ड्यू डेट मीन्स द डेट व्हेन द पेमेंट ऑफ द बिल बिकम्स ड्यू. ड्यू डेट हियर मीन्स द डेट on which the payment of the bill becomes due. It also depends upon how the bill has been written. If bill is at side, due date is the date on which the bill is presented for payment. जिस दिन ड्रॉयर बिल को प्रेजेंट कर दे पेमेंट करने के लिए, that will be regarded as the due date of bills of exchange under bill at side. In case bill after date, अगर डेट के हिसाब से होगा, then the date of drawing प्लस टर्म ऑफ द बिल, जितनी ड्यूरेशन के लिए बिल ड्रा हुआ है उसको डेट ऑफ ड्रॉइंग ड्रा करने में प्लस करेंगे, दैट बिकम्स द ड्यू डेट ऑफ द बिल्स ऑफ एक्सचेंज. सो बिल आफ्टर साइड, दैट इज डेट ऑफ एक्सेप्टेंस प्लस टर्म ऑफ द बिल, दैट कैलकुलेटेड जिस डेट को ड्रॉइंग ने उसको एक्सेप्ट किया. नोट करें डिफरेंस. इन केस ऑफ बिल आफ्टर डेट, डेट ऑफ ड्रॉइंग जब ड्रॉयर ने ड्रॉ किया. इन केस बिल आफ्टर साइड मीन्स जब एक्सेप्टर ने उस बिल को एक्सेप्ट किया, दैट इज द डेट ऑन विच ड्रॉई एक्सेप्ट्स द बिल्स ऑफ एक्सचेंज प्लस द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ द बिल will amounts to the due date of the bill of exchange. Days of grace. Drawee is allowed 3 extra days after the due date of bill for making payments. Such 3 days are known as the days of grace. जो भी पीरियड डेट वाइज बनेगा उसमें जब हम 3 days प्लस कर देंगे तो that becomes the actual date of payment. Days of grace. For example, a bill has been drawn on, say, 1st November for 3 months. So due date will become 1st February. Then automatically 3 days of the grace will be added to this. So that amounts to the 4th February. So days of grace as per the Negotiable Instrument Act will be added to the date of payment. Date of maturity means the date which comes after adding 3 days of grace to the due date of bill is called. Due date, जिस date को bill due होगा. Then date of maturity after adding 3 days of bills of exchange. that is days of grace. Then discounting of a bill. Discounting of a bill is the other very important term. When the bill is encashed from the bank before its due date, it is known as discounting of bill. Bank deducts its charges from the amount of bill and disperse the balance amount. Practically समझिए, drawer is also a businessman. He is also in need of the funds. If he continue to accept the bill from his customers for number of customers for a period, now automatically he also need cash. Under business studies, under the functions of bills, under the functions of banks, you had studied one important function of bank is discounting of bill. Discounting of a bill means that bank gives a facility to its account holder that bank discount their bills. Under that, what bank will do, whatever the due date of the bill is there before that, if drawee present his bills to the bank, bank will encash before date and deducts its charges. Now on the due date, drawee will make the payment to the bank, not to the drawer. So this process is called the discounting of bill. तो इसमें क्या होता है, the drawer will get the funds before due date, क्योंकि due date पर तो drawee देगा, but if drawer is having a need, so he will have the discounting of bill from the bank. Next term is endorsement of bill. Endorsement means the process by which drawer or holder of the bill transfer the title of bill in favor of his or her creditors. अब मान लीजिए ड्रॉयर के भी अपने क्रेडिटर्स हैं जिनको उसने पेमेंट करनी है, तो एंडोर्समेंट मींस ट्रांसफर ऑफ ए बिल्स बाय द ड्रॉयर टू द थर्ड पार्टी दैट इज हिज क्रेडिटर्स. तो ड्रॉयर अगर अपने उस बिल को जो बिल्स ऑफ एक्सचेंज है ट्रांसफर कर दे अपने किसी क्रेडिटर के फेवर में, सो दैट इज कॉल्ड द एंडोर्समेंट ऑफ ए बिल. Now bill sent for collection, that means the due date of the bill, before that the drawer sent the bill to the bank to make the collection of this. That is कि उस बिल की जो बैंक है वो collection means पेमेंट को कलेक्ट करके उसके अकाउंट में दे from the acceptor on the date of maturity. So this is called the bill sent to bank for collection. It is a process when the bill is sent to bank with instruction to keep the bill till maturity and collect its amount from the acceptor, that is drawee, on the date of maturity. Next term is dishonor of a bill. When the drawee or acceptor of the bill fails to make payment of the bill on the date of maturity, it is called dishonor of the bill. के bill dishonor हो गया, drawee और acceptor ने ड्यू डेट पर उस बिल की पेमेंट नहीं दी, हम कहेंगे bill becomes dishonored. Noting of bill. To obtain the proof of dishonor of a bill, it is resent to the drawee through a legal authorized person called notary public, charges a small fees for providing the service known as noting charges. अब इसका एक प्रूफ भी चाहिए कि बिल डिसऑनर हो गया है, तो उसके लिए उस बिल को दोबारा से ड्रॉई के पास भेजा जाता है. एक लीगल पर्सन होते हैं, दे आर नोन एज द नोटरी पब्लिक. आपने कोर्ट में देखा होगा एडवोकेट्स अपने नेम प्लेट के साथ लिखते हैं नोटरी पब्लिक, तो उस बिल को नोटरी पब्लिक के थ्रू ड्रॉई के पास फिर भेजा जाता है कि आप इसकी पेमेंट करें. तो जो नोटरी पब्लिक हैं, दे विल चार्ज सर्टेन फीसेस, सो दे आर नोन एज द नोटिंग चार्जेस व्हिच आर पेड बाय द पार्टी हु गेट्स द नोटिंग ऑफ द बिल. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स इंक्लूडिंग रिटायरमेंट ऑफ ए बिल. रिटायरमेंट ऑफ ए बिल मीन्स कि उस बिल की पेमेंट कर देना और उसकी वर्किंग ले लेना. That is called the retirement of a bill. When the drawee makes the payment of the bill before its due date, it is called the retirement of a bill. कई बार जो ड्रॉयर है, उस ड्रॉई है, उसके पास फंड्स अरेंज हो जाएंगे, तो ड्यू डेट से पहले ही अगर दे देगा तो उसको कहेंगे हम रिटायरमेंट ऑफ ए बिल. रिन्यूअल ऑफ ए बिल वो आपके सिलेबस में नहीं है दिस टाइम, so we are not discussing this. So these are very, very important terms. Kindly understand them, not only read them, but also understand them. I will continue in my next video relating to the other aspects of this lesson, that is bills of exchange.